Capitus gets joy, just such little things, playing pranks on them. Oh, this little scene was added late, because even long after the script was written, we realized, oh, Bert's not in the show anywhere. And we, not knowing when our audience would start watching these shows, because this episode was, I think, third or fourth in the season. And you realize if a new audience member comes in, not knowing who Capitus was, because we introduced him in the first episode, and who Bert is and their relationship, I think that would have been really, really, the audience would be taken back and not knowing what's going on. Very confusing. So we thought we needed Bert scene, so it's added just a little bit late. And this subplot here between Fidgel and Midgel was toned down a little bit, cut for time. We had a subplot of sharing here where they were not, the science officer and the mechanic were not getting along. And it wasn't until they learned to share their technology that they were able to fix everything else. So it was a double play. But unfortunately that had to get cut a little bit for time.
Right, let's see what's what. There we are.
And again, inventing things that we need just for an episode, we don't see that plug ever again. And he never plugs his sensor into the dashboard there, or the console. Yeah. And I don't think he's supposed to be really using that as a microphone, but it kind of looks like he's talking into it. But it works okay. And I'm sure the more observant of you have noticed that, yes, we just replicated several gnomes. We designed one and used the design over and over and over. And this is one of the few times where we actually spend more than just a few minutes on a planet surface. They were here overnight, which was a new development.
I need some tools. Yes, thank you. Just get that pump working.
Yeah, and somehow he's got a mask. Maybe that was in his toolbox.
Patience! They're getting ready for war. These things take time. The planet Sherlock is just within our grasp, with all of its vast resources. Add to that the end of the
Yeah, so we have this major plot going on about learning to share, but subplot-wise, we have a theme of overusing people's resources and getting along and concern for one's environment. I love the way in several episodes we have like this where the characters are trapped in some cage or cell or something where the bars are pretty far apart. I don't think Jason and Michelle are in any danger of actually not being able to get out because it's like the size of a door. Even there's no lid on it either, so even if they couldn't quite, for some reason, didn't know they could squeeze through the bars, they could climb over.
Sure, it's good.
Wait a minute. Why should they? The gnomes started it. They wouldn't share the water when they had it. Oh, that's great. The Cupcake Queen has spoken. And since Sigil shut off the water, nobody has.
I didn't shut off the water! Why does everyone keep saying that? I was standing there just like you. I didn't do anything!
I thought you said we shouldn't panic.
Yeah, well...
Sigil's a piece of work, isn't he? Not concerned about the whole water and the safety of the planet, just his reputation, whether he broke the pump or not. Again, Sigil using big words, and we make a joke out of it because Kevin doesn't understand it. And it doesn't matter what he says anyway. All you need to know is, there's a problem and I can't get over it. So the bigger words we can throw in, and that one makes it more funny.
Any idea what shut it off?
I'll give you one guess.
Well, it wasn't me. I can tell you that. Was it?
The Dark Lord Capitus.
Cavitus. Rat. I was going to say that. Okay, ask me another one.
Are Jason and Michelle there?
I love the misunderstanding of this interplay of dialogue. David did a great job with this banter.
As soon as I can. Vigil out. Yeah, I got
And I wish we had more opportunity to use that hat with the spotlights on it. I love it when Vigil wears funny things like that. And More is More. Oh no, not More is More. The other episode we have in this, yeah, the green-eyed monster. Thank you, Zach. That headset that he wears. Just anything Vigil wears is funny.
Congratulations.
And that was a little bit of trivia there. When the henchman grabs Vigil, we get network influence on these stories. You know, when we show these, we get. Well, I say that in a good way. You know, they look over and make sure we're not displaying behaviors that are bad influences on kids. So when the henchman grabbed him, they were. And when just reading the script, is make sure he doesn't grab him by the neck, by the collar. It's got to be very, safe. It could be firm, but safe.
His tumbling is up. That's not like it, sir.
What's going on?
Vigil got the water back on. Isn't it great?
What about the war?
What?
Over the water?
Oh yeah, that's still a problem, isn't it?
Sir, I found Vigil, and it looks like the problem's gotten a lot bigger.
Great.
Yeah, this would have been another fade out moment for a commercial.
What do we do? We've got to think of something.
The timer sound effect in there was a late addition to help the gag. Our sound effects designer Adam Frick came up with that, and he's always good at making a funny gag funnier.
Yeah. May I borrow this, Kevin?
You want me to share?
That's the answer, isn't it? Sharing.
You see, what you thought was just a little subplot at the beginning, it wouldn't come into play again,
Wrong not to share.
is the answer for the whole thing.
We're going to say Vigil. Okay, I did.
But you'll see that in a lot of our plots. We put what's called a plant. We plant something at the beginning that comes into play at the end. In high action. I love the look of this planet. It's very beautiful. Even though it's just a desert, the colors of the sky, the way they complement with the sand. Very lovely for such a simple design.
Haven't you done enough harm?
Just stand back. Vigil?
Vigil, is that you?
I love the way Vigil too is holding everyone at bay with a toy.
Well, if you take up the bill and boost
It looks like a cross between a party favor and a little vacuum cleaner.
still be self-perfecting. It won't bite us straight.
That's fine. Just hold on. Ready, Michelle?
Again, I don't know if the designer of that toy actually considered that those buttons were supposed to do what they are doing, or we just made that up as later on. And the lady got strong and popped holes and everything.
Yeah! Wow!
And I'm sure you've heard us say how expensive water can tend to be as an effect. So when this script was approved, it was approved so with a wary eye. I mean, okay, how are we going to pull this off? But our animators and effects artists did a wonderful job.
You're generous with what you have. Everybody benefits.
And now they create a nice little oasis and everyone's friends again.
Well, don't just stand there.
I love the relationship that's between Mitchell and Vigil. They like each other, but they like getting on each other's nerves too.
Ooh, look at the pretty green planet. Get your penguin!
And as always, the bad guy has to be foiled.
What about Miss Pretty Pretty? Grandmama and I made them ourselves. Oh, hello, Pumpkin. I hope you've had time to think about
remember at the beginning, Grandmom had sent Michelle to her room to think about things.
Generous souls.
So obviously she was thinking about a whole adventure in space.
Shall be watered himself.
Oh, why, that's right. Very good, young lady. You have learned something.
I don't know if she was sent up there in the morning,
I learned when
or,
you're stingy.
well, after she already got in her bedclothes. Because on the ship she was wearing her regular
And share what you have.
sandals and t-shirt.
See? I'm even sharing with Jason. If I have to attend her party, I have to dress for it. Anything for a cupcake.
Yeah, you remember it was chocolate squid. Grandmom had such interesting
Thank you for
cooking
the
skills.
cupcakes, but mostly for good friends and family to share them. And thanks for Grandma, who's an interesting baker, and for a sister who's generous.
Yeah, we tried to lead in every episode with a prayer. Don't always do it just because we don't get monotonous, but the theme was always there. So, thank you everyone who appears in these credits. I would read all the names out loud, but I can't talk that fast. So I'm sure everyone's mom is reading them and saying, there he is, there she is, oh, they're so great. Thanks everyone for listening, and tell all your friends. Come back next time, see you on the next DVD. Good night.